Guys, can we get a round of applause from Micah and Hamudi? Up and down? Okay. Who else during a pandemic can fill a room? When she first told me about this event, and she said, do you think we should do this? You know, it's 50 people. It's, you know, a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of limitations. And I said, Micah, if anybody can pull this off, it's you. And you've got my full support. So amazing what they've been able to do. Right? Okay. Guys, come on. Give it. Now, the only complaint I have is that this room is freezing. It's cold. Can you guys turn up? No, I'm just playing. But, you know, but I am very glad that it's cold in here. And I will tell you guys why that is. Who in here is freezing? Put your hands up. Right? Cold, right? If I was selling EXP hoodies right now, how many of you would be interested? Right? A lot of you. So what that tells me is what? What does that tell me? Right, exactly. There's always an opportunity, no matter how bad it is. No matter how bad the market is or the economy. And guys, guess what? It's a lot colder out there in the real world than it is in this room today. It's freezing out there. And there's opportunities everywhere. Opportunities right under our nose. There was opportunities for me at EXP before I met Micah and Hamudi, but I didn't know what I didn't know. You know, like, I just didn't have it. But now you guys have been opened-eyed. You've taken the right pill. Your eyes have been opened up. And we're going to talk today how we can maximize our opportunities with what we have. So who here knows that we need a game plan? In order to do anything, we need to build a house, we need a blueprint. In order to build a successful business, we need a business model, we need a plan, right? So I'm going to show you guys something today that Micah asked me to talk about, which is kind of how you can use media and content to kind of like grow your business and grow everything with it. But I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to show you guys what's called a synergy map. Who here is familiar with what a synergy map is? Anyone ever heard of it? Okay. Synergy map is, okay. Has anyone ever heard of a company by the name of Disney? Yeah. Disney? You guys heard of Disney, right? All right, so before I explain to you why it's important to have a relationship between a synergy map and Disney, let me explain to you first what synergy actually means. Synergy is one of the most powerful words in business. It's one of the most powerful words. And if we really define what Webster's dictionary says about synergy, and the second definition is probably a little more what we need here, a mutually advantageous conjunction or compatibility of distinct business participants or elements, which basically means, for those of you who don't follow this jargon, means things that complement each other, right? That's what we need. We need things that complement each other. So where am I pointing here? Here? Micah, where do I point?
Walk over a little bit. Just left.
Oh, here?
Point for the laptop. There's a little down arrow.
Down? Okay. All right. You guys see this? Looks crazy. It looks like crazy chicken scratch that maybe some psychotic person put together, right? Yeah. Well, Walt Disney did this. Walt Disney did this when he first put together his Disney empire. And in the middle of everything is theatrical films. What is the modern day version of theatrical films? Video, social media, content, okay? So, as you can see, he had that in the middle of all of his other businesses. And if we fast forward that till today, Disney has all their bases covered. Who's ever heard of the Disney amusement parks, right? Everybody, right? Everybody's probably been to them. So during the pandemic, was anyone able to go to the Disney amusement parks? No? They were shut down. How crazy is that? But do you guys know what wasn't shut down during the pandemic? Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Crazy, right? Now, Netflix got there first, right? Netflix already had it kind of under control, but did that deter the Disney Corporation from staking their claim? No, absolutely not. So, needless to say, Keller Williams has been around, Remax has been around, but did that deter EXP from doing their thing? And they're the fastest growing real estate company in history. I don't know if you guys know that. Not this year, not year to date, ever in history. The fastest. So if that doesn't catch people's attention, I don't know what will. But let's take a look at this. So what Walt came up with is If theatrical films can feed my merchandise can then feed Disneyland, and then Disneyland can come back and create money so we can make more theatrical films, and then theatrical films we can use music that we can produce, and then the music would also inspire our TV shows, and then the TV shows would make money and support more theatrical films. The theatrical films could also support publications, which would then lead to magazines, which would then lead to comic strips, which would make money, all going back in all synergy. They all complement each other. You guys see how that works? Isn't that powerful? Right? We can do the same thing. We can all do the same thing. But sometimes we get stuck in our own heads and we think to ourselves, the only thing I can do is list homes and work with buyers. We're so narrow-minded in that our business has to be linear, when our business can be exponential. It could be anything, guys. All great companies start with small things. We understand that. We can start with being an excellent agent. It doesn't mean we have to end there, right? We don't have to end there. I use this in a recent video that I made, is that when Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, they were just centered on creating a personal computer, they had no idea that they were going to be creating iPads, earbuds, all this crazy stuff, even a library of content that you can purchase, subscribe to. None of those things were ever in their minds at the time, but it grew into each other, and now all of their businesses complement each other. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like for me. Since I like using myself as a guinea pig, you guys can kind of get an idea of where I am and where I want to be. But if I don't have that yet, it doesn't mean I won't have it. It just means it's not there yet. But if I have a visual roadmap, it means that I'm one step closer. So let's look at the center of this. We have Culture Estate Productions, basically a media company, right? Does it exist? Not so much, not yet. What do we have? We have YouTube, TikTok, IG, Facebook, and podcasts. All of these things cost me how much to run and operate? Zero. Nothing, exactly, nothing. It cost Walt Disney millions of dollars to create films. It costs us nothing today, guys, to have social media. But like they say, what we don't pay for, sometimes we don't appreciate. Now, these things are weapons that we have. These are our tools in our belt, our arsenal. What this is going to feed, if you guys bear with me, it's going to get a little confusing. The more content I create means I get more public speaking opportunities or podcasts, which would then fuel course sales. Who here has knowledge in real estate? Anyone? Oh, okay. Could you guys create a course on how to get more listings, how to prospect, how to agent attract, how to do anything in real estate, right? Maybe you're a good stager, and maybe that's something that people always ask you about. Create a course. It doesn't have to be like this fancy, over-the-top course. It could literally be 12 different little videotape things on your phone. It doesn't have to be crazy, guys. It could just be what's called a loss leader, which means you don't make much money on it, but it creates more opportunity for you. So we got course sales. Course sales, in my course sales, I'm going to plug my merchandise, which, like my man over here, he's got merchandise on. Yesterday, people are asking him about it. And you know what that's going to do? It's going to create more opportunity. So we've got the merchandise. Then the merchandise would then possibly fuel what? Let's go down. Let's follow the arrows. If we go down, it would perhaps fuel his Patreon. Who's ever heard of Patreon? Anyone? Okay. Patreon is a website that supports creators. So for instance, if he's creating content, his merchandise can have a little tag on it, which would bring them, or a QR code, whatever the case may be, they could bring them to the Patreon page where they can get some free content and they can also get some paid content. It allows you to charge $5 a month, $10 a month for someone to go there and now be educated every month, because maybe Ruben's dropping some knowledge bombs on there and you want to learn from Ruben, and the merchandise is what got them there. You know, it's crazy. Then Patreon will definitely fuel more agent attraction, correct? Because if he's learning for free or they're learning with paid subscriptions, don't you think that agent would be like, hey, you know what? I'm with XYZ Realty right now, but it sounds really good what he's doing over that EXP. Possibly get him more agents. The more agents you get could possibly, you think if an agent joined an organization, they'd be interested in a book that person has, right? Who's ever heard of Gary Keller's book, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, right? We've all read it. Even though I'm not at Keller Williams, I read that book front to cover. I've even referred it to people. It's a great book, but it's like their Bible. So imagine if Ruben, in his agent attraction efforts, told everyone, hey guys, I wrote this book. I think you should read it. That book would then fuel more money, more sales, and more opportunity for him to be able to create more content. But they all work together, guys. They all work together. I've even got some things in green here that don't really need anything to really, you don't really need, it kind of births itself. Affiliate income. Who's ever heard of affiliate income? You know what that is? Okay, affiliate income means like, okay, if I'm talking about real estate in my podcast, in my YouTube series, and wherever, and I say, hey guys, if you know what, if you guys are into getting leads, well, I'm using this great software, and I'll leave it down below. If you guys are interested in it, hey, it costs you 20 bucks a month. It helps you, and it'll also help the channel because I get a kickback every time that you guys use it. It's a win-win situation. Guess what? If you got 100,000 views on your videos, that starts to add up really quickly. You can make a lot of money. The affiliate income would then provide more income for you to create more content. You could hire someone like my man right here. I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of people just like him who are out there looking to partner up, or maybe him. You know, I'm sure he does independent work for other people, and you can find people like that when you have the money flowing. Brand deals and sponsorships, right? I'm sure there's a lot of real estate startups that are looking for creators because they know that right now we're in the creator economy, which means that people don't buy the traditional ways anymore. They don't open up the yellow book, the phone book, and say, oh, I'm going to go with this plumber. I'm going to go with that roofer. They want to be referred by someone they trust. And if you're creating content that they're constantly absorbing, what better referral than that person and you're constantly seeing your streams? So this is a very powerful way for you guys to start really focusing in on how you can create content to fuel everything and how everything you do should really work together in synergistic fashion, just like we had in the example with Walt Disney. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. Give me an amen. All right. All right. So let me give you some examples, right? Recently, I moved to Naples, Florida, because I had the opportunity to do so with the EXP, and I was kind of like trying to figure out how am I going to really brand myself here. I don't know anyone. I need to start making some connections here. I don't have any clients here. Like, have you guys ever purposely put yourself, almost stack the chips against yourself? This is exactly what I did. Now, for most real estate agents, this is kind of like the worst thing you could do to yourself. If you've already cemented yourself in an area, in a location where everybody knows you, and you're the top dog, imagine putting yourself in a situation where you know no one. That's what I did, purposely, because I needed that. I needed to reset myself. I was too comfortable. I needed to do something different. So I went to Florida, and I did a video which was the true cost of living in Florida, which is the one all the way to the top right. And that video started to get a lot of views. As you can see, that most recently it's got about 117,000 views, right? That was a video that I said, wow, there's a demand for this. People want to know about moving to Florida. And I said, you know what, there's something here. So then I created this video. Did I make a mistake on the top left? Did I make a mistake by moving to Florida? 435,000 views, guys. You know what I did? I grabbed my cell phone and I walked on the beach telling people about my experience. No production value whatsoever. Minimal editing. Almost 500,000 people have seen that video. Do you know how many people have contacted me? Not only from Florida, from California, Texas, New Jersey, New York, all over the country. I got people from Switzerland, London, all over the world contacting me about A, moving to Florida, and B, how can I work with you? Opportunities are there, guys, but a lot of times we don't see it. We don't, because we're so uncomfortable. How many people are comfortable in front of a camera, right? Okay, the majority of us are not. I'm like you. I was not comfortable in front of a camera. I am an introvert by nature. I had to teach myself how to be outgoing. Joel is in the room. First time I grabbed a phone, because that's all we started with, a phone. We didn't have fancy cameras. Started with a phone. It took me 40 recordings to be comfortable with one. And the first one was horrible. Horrible. And it's okay, because you got to start with something. I'm just like everyone else. I get depressed. When I go and I see speakers sometimes, I'm like, you know what, that guy, he's just gifted naturally. I'm not, guys. I used to sit in a room with people around me in my real estate office when I was just an agent, and we used to pass the mic and talk about like what we're doing for business. And right before it was my turn, I would turn red. That's how uncomfortable I was. That's how scared I was to do public speaking. But I knew in order to be the best version of myself, I had to push my own limits. If we're comfortable, like they said plenty of times here, and I've heard a million times, we're not growing. We have to purposely make ourselves uncomfortable. Did I get uncomfortable by joining eXp Realty and turning my business upside down? Absolutely uncomfortable. Did I get uncomfortable by moving to Florida? Absolutely uncomfortable. There's a million examples I can give you, and I'm sure you guys have experienced that. But I want to show you guys a couple of things. I recently did this video here that says my experience living in Naples, Florida for 6 months, the one on the bottom left. And that video right there, I want to give you guys a couple of examples how you can create content. And not only create content to educate people, to work with you as a real estate agent, but you can also create content to be an agent attraction. So, Mike, I can click on this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So let me just show you guys. I'm sorry, this is very informal, but yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So we're going to go here. I'm going to show you guys what a video...
Grammarly can help you rank quickly and confidently, so you never have to slow down at work. Stay on top of
Cool. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful day down here in Naples, Florida. Okay, check this out. This is my exit. You guys can watch these videos whenever you want. Amazing individuals, and not only that, but also the people who listen here. I get many people all the time who want vacation from different parts of the country and different parts of the world. So it really helps me build my business now to an international brand. Well, speaking of that, if you guys are looking to also move down to Florida, I'm going to leave a link down below where you can go ahead and check out homes in the Southwest Florida section. But if you're looking to maybe buy in the northern part of Florida, well, you're in luck because we have a dynamic team of real estate agents who covers not only Florida, but the entire state and different parts of the world as well. And if you're a real estate agent and you want to make a move down here, well, you're in luck because we are interviewing for more real estate agents. I love this all to you guys, so I'll leave a link for that as well down below. And lastly, if you guys still want to know more about living down... Okay, so what did I do there? I asked for clients. I said, if you guys are moving here, I'd love to help you. If you guys are moving anywhere, we've got agents all over the country. And number 3, if you want to get into real estate or you just want to be on a part of a dynamic team, I want to talk to you. Link down below. Do you think people reached out to me? This video has, I think, like 40,000 views in like a couple of months. You know, like this is, if you're not using the power of social media, guys, or power of content, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I know we're uncomfortable. I know we've never done this before, but I guarantee you guys, it will never, these opportunities will never stay free forever. Right now, this stuff is free. You could pay for social media and you can have your videos watched more, or you can just create content that people want to watch and consume and get a humongous turnout. Now, let me show you a couple other things, because we talked about I do, but you don't have to. How do I get back here? I don't know. I'm trying to get back to my slides.
How many agents have you signed from YouTube?
Oh, you know what? Trina's a great example. I created content during the pandemic about.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I create. Listen, guys, you don't have to necessarily make content just about real estate. If you guys have a passion or a hobby, who is passionate about something else besides real estate? Anyone? Okay, I need you. What are you passionate about?
Health and fitness.
If she made videos about health and fitness, and she's passionate about that to the point where she would not get bored making consistent health and fitness videos, do you think that at the end of her health and fitness video, she could say, by the way, guys, when I'm not flipping weights, I'm flipping houses. If anybody wants to be part of my team, link down below. You know, like, it's so easy. It's so easy to plug it in when you're doing something you enjoy. It doesn't, because I've told a lot of people, look, you can catch a lot more bees with honey or whatever, right? So everyone is used to seeing content online. When you're scrolling down, all of your realtor friends, what are they posting? Pictures of houses, right? They're posting pictures of, I don't know, whatever that real estate agents normally post. What if you caught their attention with something completely out of the ordinary, such as maybe creating content about fitness? Everybody likes fitness. Everybody wants to be a healthier version of themselves. And at the end of that post, you can say, by the way, guys, I'm also a real estate agent. If you guys are into that, link down below, whatever the case is. So let me give you an example of something you can create, which is necessarily nothing to do with real estate, but will catch people's attention. And, I got to give Jolie also the credit for this, because sometimes I get comfortable with creating the same type of content. She sent me a post the other day from TikTok that says, you should recreate this video. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really embarrassing. So I did, and I'm going to embarrass myself right now for the sake of you guys, so you guys can see that it's okay, and life goes on. I'm still alive. So check this out if it plays. Let's see if it plays. Wait, it gets better. All right. Why did I embarrass myself on purpose? Because it'll get your attention a lot more than if I just posted a video of, guys, this is the latest house that I just got. You understand? I completely embarrassed myself. I know I'm not that good of a dancer. You guys may, whatever. But sometimes you need to do that. You need to push your limits. You need to do something a little different. And then lastly, I'm going to show you a third example of what you can do is do for others. People love when you do for others, right? So you don't do this to get recognition, but you do this because it's good karma and it's good content. So let me show you guys a third example of something you could do if you're uncomfortable in front of the camera. And the third example I want to show you guys is something I recently did for my church. So I know a lot of you guys may have like organizations or a church you belong to. This is the third example, and you guys can do something like this. It doesn't have to be as well put together, produced as this. It could be very organic. Sorry, guys.
With the Collier County Sheriff's Department, we make a difference in a man's life. I heard his story of this gentleman who is a veteran, Army veteran, and had a stroke not too long ago and is in his wheelchair. And he can move a little bit, but he's unable to walk very far and just really struggling. Has no family in the area, and we heard about this and we just had to do something.
Doing survey is really important. I think it's really fulfilling for us. It's about putting our words into action rather than just talking about working through Jesus and through the church. We're able to be out here doing it. I love this kind of stuff. I love hands-on, actually seeing the work being done and seeing the reward at the end. Really, it's all about helping people and showing people love. A little overwhelming. I think we were all kind of taken back when we first got here to see how much work it was going to be, but just like the old saying, many hands make light work, it definitely is what happened here this morning.
Okay, we had a lot of debris over here after cleaning up, and I got with the county, with public utilities, somebody I know that's been in public utilities a long time, and gave them a call. They saw how much there was, and they were a little apprehensive, but I told them we had a lot of help, and a lot of hands, and we can get this done, and we got this done in just a matter of minutes. If you want to participate next time, then just reach out to our website. Any outreaches that we do will all be online. But this is what we're all about, just loving and encouraging people and reaching the community and doing the best we can to help other people.
You need to do for one what you wish you could do for everyone. And while we can do for everyone here in Collier County, we can make a difference in one life. And that's what we're trying to do today with our first Saturday service, outreach. And it's awesome, man. People from the church coming to be a part of this. There have been people who've been giving online and financially, and your tithes are offering to help make this possible. And so it's just amazing to see what can happen when everyone pulls together. Our church say making a difference, and that's really what we're doing. We're making a difference in this man's life. And so we love it because we know that Jesus set the example for us. And that was when he said, I came to this earth not to be served, but to serve. And to give up his life. And I just can't tell you how proud I am of our church and for the Collier County Sheriff's Department, everybody that's been a part of this. And this is just one of many to come. We're excited to continue to make a difference, not only here in Collier County, but around the world.
All right. All right, so do you guys, if you didn't know me, or if somebody didn't know who you were, and he saw that you posted this on behalf of another or an organization, they would probably think, wow, this person is an outstanding individual. It's not just about themselves. So what I'm telling you guys is that creating content doesn't just have to be one facet. It could be very different. As long as it all ties back to one message and it ties back to all of your businesses that you consistently put out, then it makes sense. I've created a lot of content about investing because I'm passionate about investing. But at the end of my investment videos, I say, guys, by the way, we have a national real estate team. If you guys are interested in joining, link down below. So you guys got to get comfortable in doing content that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be things you don't enjoy, because then you'll never be consistent with it. Now, I'd like to give you guys a little bit of proof. Proof, I always say the proof is in, it's better to show than to tell. A show is always better. We've got, on the left, we've got a gentleman who messaged me, and he's from, who's ever heard of Marbella, south of Spain? Very high-end luxury area. Beautiful. I mean, guys, it's unreal. Messages me and says, how can we work together? How can we do something together? And did you guys know that EXP is available in Spain? Yeah? Okay, good. So working on him. Sent him the video. If you guys read Spanish, you guys can see that. Next, we have high-end real estate in London. I didn't reach out to her. She reached out to me. Turns out she's a broker in London. She's worked with Harrods. She's worked with all the top brokerage houses. And she has sent me essays. That's how long her messages are. But it's up to me now to close it. Like she's reaching out to me. I have someone in London that I could work with possibly in the UK, which I've never even been to the UK. She's asked me, have you ever been to the UK? I'm like, no, maybe one day. Maybe you could tell me about it. I'll come there if you want to sign up. I haven't gotten to that point yet. And then on the right-hand side, I have this gentleman from Canada. And let me just show you guys a couple of things that, and I'm going to need your help when I'm done. Let me just show you guys, like, this is some pretty serious stuff. Like,
What were you wanting to go to?
I'm going to need your help when I get back to the page. But let me just show you who these people are. Like, if I click on this, it'll take me to this website. And look at the type of real estate that these people are selling. Doesn't that excite you? Right? Would I ever be able to get this opportunity if I didn't get uncomfortable? Probably not, right? Probably not. Now let me show you this guy right here. On Instagram, you guys can follow him if you want. A very, very inspirational young man. Very young man in Canada doing real estate. And look what he's driving around in his everyday beater. A $300,000 Lamborghini SUV. Like, that's like the high-end soccer mom car. And he is just cruising around in this thing and selling $1 million real estate. And as you guys see in the messages that he wrote to me, he says, oh, you guys can't read it. I said, hey, brother, would love to connect sometime. We seem to have a like-minded mindset. And he wrote back to me, hey, bro, appreciate you reaching out, man. Let's definitely connect. I've been looking at EXP too. Right? So that is something that anyone can do, but you won't ever do it if you don't start. And let me just go to present. Present? Okay, cool. All right, so now last thing I want to tell you guys or leave you with is this. When you build a brand, make sure you're consistent across all platforms. Don't be John Smith on Facebook and be EXP, I don't know what the name of your team, XYZ, EXP, whatever. On another platform, be consistent across all platforms. If you go to any one of these platforms, you'll always find Culture Estate, because that's our brand. Culture Estate has been my brand since 2016, and I consistently brand this, even though I'm not wearing the logos now and the shirt right now. I usually am wearing my own gear. If you guys don't have your own, even lapel pins, name tags, always brand yourself no matter where you go. Look at Liz and Harry. Harry, where are you at, buddy? You got the page group on. She's got the page group on.
Stand up. Show
Stand
it
up,
off.
guys. Look at that. Talk about branding. Yeah, absolutely. And while I'm using Harry as an example, I want to take it one step further. One of our first months when we opened Culture Estate, I had a contest that I ran. And I said to my agents, I know some of you have been in real estate for a few years, and I know some of you just got started. So let me run a contest that anyone can participate in. Whoever creates the most content this month on social media will win 1,000 free seller leads. So you guys can call them, whatever. Harry won, long story short, Harry won and has not stopped ever since. And Harry has become one of the top agents, if not the top agent in Union County, one of the best teams I've seen in a long, long time. And it's all because he's gotten through organic reach through social media content. And that's really, if you ask him today how much money he spends on marketing, the answer used to be a lot when he first got started. Now he spends nothing because it's all organic. They all know Harry. First thing you open up when you go on social media is one of Harry's posts. Am I exaggerating? Who knows Harry on social media? Raise a hand. Isn't Harry posting, how many times a day, Harry, do you think he posts? Multiple times. Every day. It's consistency at the end of the day. That's all it is consistency. So to answer your question, guys, if anyone's curious on how you can make this happen, it all starts with making a decision, number one. And number two, just being consistent, following through, and making sure that all of you, everything you do in life, all complements each other. You can't wear many hats and expect to be great at everything. They all have to complement each other. And at the center of it is going to be your media, the content you put out, because that is the modern day commercial. And we all have that opportunity for free. So that's it, guys. Unless you have questions.